Hello friends, welcome to Bhavesirki online class. Hello friends, welcome to the new session. I'm writing down something on the board. I have written 2 into 2 into 2 5 times. I know the answer of this will be 32. Now, this particular expanded form of 2 into 2 5 times can also be represented as 2 raised to 5. When I write down 2 raised to 5, this 5 is superscript on right hand side and it is called as index, where 2 is called as a base. So we are already aware about this particular thing, that if I write down x raised to m, out of that x will be called as base and m will be called as index. What we are going to learn today is laws of indices. In some of the textbooks, these laws of indices are also called as exponents. Indices are also called as exponents. Index is a plural form and index is a singular form. Index is a singular form and indices is a plural form. So one should not get confused about index and indices. One of the rules which you studied was a raised to m multiplied by a raised to n is equal to a raised to m plus n. Now let us understand how does this rule come. So it's pretty simple to know. So I'm taking with example. You need not use this expanded form while solving the questions. It is for your easier understanding. Say for example, I'm having x raised to 4 multiplied by x raised to 2. What does x raised to 4 means? It means x has to be multiplied 4 times. What does x square means? X square means x has to be multiplied 2 times. So this x raised to 4 is written down over here and x square is written down over here as x into x. Now, if you count number of x over here, it will be x raised to 6. So x raised to 4 multiplied by x square is x raised to 6. That is one thing. And very important to know, you need not expand this, I told you first, but we are going to apply the rule x raised to 4 into x raised to 2 is equal to x raised to 4 plus 2. According to this rule, 4 plus 2 indices will be added as the bases are same, x raised to 6. So how does this rule comes, that I have explained you. I hope that is pretty clear for you all to know this particular concept. Let us now see the second rule. It states that a raised to m divided by a raised to n is equal to a raised to m minus n. We shall see with example x raised to 7 or x raised to 2. It is nothing else but x into x into x. How many times? 7 times. Let us count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And denominator I have to write down x into x. You know cancellation can happen. So what is left out here is 5 times x. That is x is multiplied itself 5 times. So x raised to 5. I have explained you with expansion. In exam you did not do that way. In exam you have to apply x raised to 7 divided by x raised to 2 is equal to x raised to 7 minus 2, which is equal to x raised to 5. Fine. So whatever rules we are doing, those rules you did not explain. This expanded part you don't. We shall see one more rule. Any number other than 0 raised to 0 is equal to 1. A raised to 0 is equal to 1, but a cannot be equal to 0 over here. That is the third rule one has to know. Fourth rule, what you should know is very important, that any number raised to negative index is nothing else but its multiplicative inverse positive index. That is a raised to negative m is equal to 1 upon a raised to m. And the expanded part of this particular rule is, suppose I am having a fraction as p upon q whole raised to negative m, then I have to write it down as q upon p whole raised to positive m. This is the fourth rule. You should know that we have done 4 rules till now. 3 more rules we are going to understand. Now we shall see fifth rule. It states that if I have a product of two different bases a and b, an entire product has been raised to m, that is a into b whole raised to m, then a will be given power m as well as b also will be given power m. Sixth rule is almost same. If I am having two different bases but they are divided, a raised to b whole raised to m will be equal to a raised to m divided by b raised to m. This is the sixth rule we have learnt. Now what we are going to see is something very interesting. Rule number 7. So what does rule number 7 say? A raised to m whole raised to n is equal to a raised to m into n. Many students have asked me, sir, how to understand this rule. I am just explaining you this rule with the help of the fifth rule. Say for example, I am having x raised to 2 multiplied by x raised to 3, or rather we shall see easier example. I am taking easier example. Suppose I am having x raised to 2 whole raised to 3. According to this rule, it will be x raised to 2 into 3, which will be equal to x raised to 6. Is this rule right or not? That we will try to understand. Say for example, I am expanding this. X square can be written down as x into x whole raised to 3. Now if you remember the fifth rule said that a into b whole raised to m is equal to a raised to m multiplied by b raised to m. I hope you remember this rule. This b raised to m over here, right? So this particular index is applicable to first number. This particular index is applicable to second number also. Same thing will happen over here, right? 3 will be applicable to first x, that is x cube multiplied by x cube. And if you remember the first rule, the indices will be added, so it will be x raised to 6. So this rule is verified. So my dear friends, we have learnt 7 rules. Seventh rule is already existing on the board. First rule said a raised to m into a raised to n is equal to a raised to m plus n. Second rule said that a raised to m upon a raised to n is equal to a raised to m minus n. Then we learnt a raised to 0 is equal to 1. Then we learnt a into b whole raised to m is equal to a raised to m into b raised to m. Then we learnt a upon b whole raised to m is equal to a raised to m upon b raised to m. We also learnt that a raised to negative m is equal to 1 upon a raised to m. And my dear friends, this extended form was p upon q whole raised to negative m is nothing else but p upon q whole raised to, q upon p whole raised to positive m. And seventh rule is over here, a raised to m whole raised to n is equal to a raised to m into n. You have to remember these 7 rules. The 7 rules will make the entire world of indices topic, and we shall see that particular topic.